Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of me talking rubbish and drawing skulls. So this is what I do in the video today. I draw loads of skulls over and over. The reason I did this is because yesterday I drew a skull and I was like, wow, that's absolute shit, man. And I've drawn quite a few skulls and I was surprised at how shit it was. So I had a little panic. I was like, oh fuck, I've gotten really terrible at drawing skulls. So I got a book of skulls. Well, it's a book of heads, but there's a section with just skulls in it. And I decided to just draw the skulls from that page, trying as little as possible to actually look at them. Anyway, so what I wanted to actually talk about today was loneliness. It's something that is something I'm struggling with at the minute. It's a bit overwhelming for me, and it's something that everyone has gone through, I'm sure, in their life. And it's a strange and confusing and a horrible beast of the shadows, that stalks us when we're vulnerable, to be dramatic and poetic. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to tackle, there's a lot of ways to people, if you tell someone that you're lonely, there's a lot of suggestions that people are going to give, like, oh, you need to just get out, you need to go out with your friends and just keep yourself busy, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know if I'm just being pessimistic about it, but I just do not see any of this working. It doesn't work for me, because no matter what you do, say if you have this really strong connection with someone, and for whatever reason that connection breaks, for a while nothing is going to fill that gap. Nothing is going to fix that wire and turn the power back on. Anything that you may do is only going to be a distraction, which, while you are distracted, yes, you may forget for a while why you feel lonely, but it does come back. It comes back, and sometimes it comes back even worse than it does before, because it's like you're on a high, and the higher you're up, the faster you fall and the harder you crash. So even if you may go out with your friends, you may get drunk and sleep around, have one night stands, no matter what you do, you're always going to come back to that loneliness when that distraction ends. So my situation right now, I'm taking the shitty attitude of, the grass is greener. I'm looking at this other person who's probably going through the same thing that I am right now, but I think it's going to be a lot easier for them. I think they aren't suffering as much as I am, And I'm, because when you're lonely, your imagination runs fucking wild. Your emotions, they burn fucking deep. And you become bitter. You become self-centered, possibly even selfish. You do things when you're lonely. You do things just for the sake of doing them, because they're better than feeling lonely, even if it's something that you wouldn't normally do. You have the compulsion to want to do something, to want to fix it. Like I said before, they are distractions, and they seem, from my limited perspective, from my experiences, they don't really work. in the long run. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, that this person has moved on, is having the greatest time of their life, once I'm gone, then their life is now a fantastic party and full of joy and happiness and everything pleasant on this earth. It's like, it's a stupid way to look at things and irrational, but that's the way you look at things when you're lonely. You become very dramatic, very sensitive. But it doesn't mean that they're having any better of a time than you are. And they're probably not. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. But it's hard because it's the unknown. You don't know. And because you don't know, you don't feel in control. And that's a scary thought. And it's terrifying to feel like that. It's terrifying to feel like your life isn't in your control. There's nothing you can do about it. So what I generally do is I completely succumb to all the misery, and just wallow, in the dismal soup of self-loathing or some shite like that. And and I try and tell myself that this is for the best. What happened is for the best. And it is. And this person, they deserve someone that makes them happy. They deserve someone that is going to love them and treat them right and respect them. And that isn't something that I can give them. Everyone deserves someone to make them happy. Granted that they're not a fucking psychopath or anything like that. If they're a normal human being generally, everyone deserves someone to make them happy. And I'm trying to tell myself that. I'm trying to say, look, man, it's not about how you feel, and it's not about what you want. It's about what's best for them. And even though I tell myself that, it doesn't make it any easier. And I'm just constantly thinking about them. And you may be thinking, oh, what a soppy fucker, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up, man. Just fucking stop being a fucking bitch and get on with it, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I've never had it this bad before. I've always been a bit of a loner. I've always had problems with loneliness, And I'm not saying that in a kind of proud kind of way. Like, I know that's like a new wave of people. Excuse me. Well, maybe not a new wave, but I seem to be seeing people around that seem to take pride in themselves being a loner. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck about anybody. I fucking don't need anybody, mate. I'm alright on my own. Bullshit, man. They're completely fucking in denial. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody wants someone to talk to. Everybody wants to wake up to a text from that person asking them how they are, saying that they love them or whatever. People want that. It's natural. So yeah, I've always been a loner. Unfortunately, didn't seem like a choice. It just seems like the way my life has gone. The decisions I've made and the outcomes of those decisions has turned me into someone who has had to just get used to their own company. But then this person came into my life and I didn't need to do that anymore. They changed everything. You know, they flipped my life around. Now obviously that they're gone, it's done a fucking backflip again, and I've landed on my fucking teeth. If you're wondering, like, if you even care, you know, if you're wondering why we broke up or anything like that, it was a mutual thing. There was no malice in it. It was nothing like that. We didn't do wrong to each other that caused us, one of us, to leave or anything like that. It was mutual. It was something that we decided was the best for us, and we knew it for quite a while. We just didn't want it to happen. Because we didn't want to lose one another. We wanted each other to be a part of our lives, but it wasn't for the best. So we decided it was best for us to go. And, you know, you obviously doubt yourself. You know, you doubt the decisions you make. You know, humans are contradictory in nature. You know, they want to be alone, but at the same time they want to be around people. But, you know, you always doubt the decisions you make. Everyone is constantly having a battle in their heads. You know, you can't fall, you know, you can't succumb to, you know, protagonist syndrome and think that you're the only person in the world that has a story and everybody else is just background and they don't matter. They don't have stories of their own. They don't feel as deep as you. They don't understand as much as you, you know, because they just aren't as important. And I feel a lot of people feel like that. A lot of people have protagonist syndrome, you know. I think it's built into us. We don't realise that the people we see in the street, you know, the postman that delivers the letters, the store clerk that fucking grimaces at you because they're in a shit mood, we don't think that they have stories. We don't think about it. And we take it personally. We take things personally when people do bad things. Well, they're not bad things, but when they do things we don't like, we take it personally as if they are doing it to spite us. I know that this person is having a hard time just like me. But it's still difficult. It still makes me feel alone. You know? Just lonely. Sorry, not alone. It just still makes me feel lonely. It makes me feel that I don't have a connection with anybody anymore. You know, I've spent so much time with this person. You know, all my thoughts for a long while have been devoted to this person. And now that they're gone, doesn't feel like I have anything. I just feel I feel empty and bare. you know? And at the same time, my imagination's on fucking overdrive, and I'm thinking up the most bizarre, obscure shit about what they could be doing, how they're feeling, what they're up to. Like I said, I think that they are probably having a fantastic time, and they feel great, and they don't feel bad at all. Everything's fine. They're just getting on with their life, you know. They're stoic about it, you know. And happy, and just... But... Look at this fucking... Sorry, but look at this hand that I draw. It is so fucking... It is so, like... I was drawing my own hand, and... You know, the fingers were pointing towards me, and I just gave up, yeah. Anyway, I've lost what I was talking about. It's difficult. Apologies for this being fucking morbid again. Maybe a bit depressing. Blah blah. But, you know, I'm doing these videos at the same time that I'm going through this, and the reason why I'm forcing myself to do these videos is because I'm going through this, because I need to do something, you know. Because I feel like I would go crazy if I didn't, you know. Or maybe I wouldn't, you know, maybe I wouldn't go crazy. Maybe I would be doing something that was a bit more useful, I don't know. But, so yeah. It's consuming my mind, and it's probably why I'm finding it hard to find anything else to talk about, because this is all I can think about. This is all that's going on in my head. There's a catch-22 in here somewhere. I'm sure of it. I'm just not sure. That's it. That's it. I'm just not sure. That's the end of the sentence, man. I'm just not sure. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm lost. I just don't know what to do with myself. Boom, boom. Yeah, I did do that whole thing of listening to music that makes you feel like shit, and looking at photos and it's like I can't resist. I can't resist doing things that I know are going to hurt me. You know, why is that? Why the hell is that? I know it has something to do with endorphins and stuff like that, and, you know, the act of crying, it releases endorphins and actually makes you feel better. You know, so maybe I should just go with it and go with the flow. But then that's a bad idea as well. Life, man. Well, I think I've whinged and whined and fucking moaned about this. But it's important to me, man, and like I said, I can't think of anything else at the minute. You probably didn't like this video or what I talked about, but needed to talk about it. I'm hoping, you know, the next video I do isn't going to be like this. I'll talk something about that's a little bit more lighthearted and a little bit more fucking cheery, you know. But well, let's see. So, thanks for watching, people. I appreciate it.